And look who's sitting in this tray. Boo. Because I put the catnip in the tray and I figured, oh, the cats could lick the catnip out of the tray or they could roll around in it. But Boo wants to sit on top of it. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the lucky ferals. It is 8:42 a.m. Look at Simba laying near the windows. Look how comfortable he looks. Look how happy he looks. Look how the light is hitting his fur. Simba's a very pretty boy. It's 9:45 a.m. and Stella has been relaxing in her royal bed. It needs to be clean. There's so much cat hair on this bed. But it's big enough for two. It's definitely big enough for two cats. Simba has been lounging by the window. Hello, Simba. And Boo has been resting in his favorite chair. Boo thinks this chair is a cat bed. Boo, are you comfortable? You love your chair? Do you love this chair? Boo says, I am comfortable. Don't fall off. You're gonna fall. So as I am filming Boo, who's gonna fall off the chair, Simba was poking me. Simba was poking me. He was saying, don't film Boo, film me. Because I'm prettier than Boo. Okay, Simba. How are you, Simba? It is 12:30 p.m. right now. I just got back from running some errands and it is pouring rain out. I mean, it is raining so heavy. It's crazy. And the tree looks really nice. I don't know if you could hear the rain. So one of the places I went to was Trader Joe's. And I just bought 8 packages of chicken. I bought 4 packages of chicken thighs and 4 packages of chicken drumsticks so I can make some homemade food tomorrow. And the cashier said, oh, what are you making with all this chicken? Are you having a party or something? And I was like, no, I'm just making cat food. And he's like, what does your vet think about that? And I'm like, oh, the vet loves that. I said, it took me a long time to find a really good holistic vet. And he goes, oh. And then he says that his wife is a vet. And his wife makes house calls, and she specializes in making house calls for elderly people who have pets. And several of her customers are over 100 years old, and their pets are also elderly. So I thought that was really interesting. So I got her information. I'm gonna kind of look into what she does and what her practice is. He said that she is not a holistic vet. She doesn't go that route, but I think she has a very interesting specialty, and I think it's a really good specialty to have because a lot of times older people, they can't get out much. It's stressful for them, or it's also stressful for their animals. Sometimes elderly animals get really stressed out if they have to go to the vet, so it's much better for the vet to come to them. Today for dinner, the cats are getting homemade raw food, but they're getting some tuna sprinkled on top. This is tuna for humans, so it's basically just canned tuna. Tuna in water, no salt added, from Trader Joe's. I have some leftover tuna from making cupcakes for the cats. So I just thought I would sprinkle some on their food and see if they like it. So Boo does not want to eat his food. For some reason, Stella wants to eat Simba's. They all have the exact same thing. Stella is smelling around. Now she's eating hers. She's standing on the table. Boo, what do you want, crunchies? Yeah. Boo is holding out for crunchies. When I talk to the cats, it's funny because when I mention something that they like, I can see their eyes dilate, like their pupils dilate. It's really kind of funny. Or Boo's eyes, they'll get wider, he'll open his eyes wider if canned food. If he hears canned food, he gets really wide open eyes. Boo, do you want some crunchies? Boo, you want crunchies? You want canned food? You want a can? He doesn't understand that. He only understands a can actually open. Splash just ate like a bunch of his food. Now he's eating Boo's food. I just gave Boo his food on the steps. Look at that. He doesn't even want to eat it because there's no crunchies on it. I just put a few crunchies on everyone's plate, and now all of a sudden Boo is interested in his food. Simba did not even care about crunchies today because he really likes fish, so he was just really happy to have tuna. And when I first put crunchies on the plates, Boo started eating Splash's plate, so then I had to kind of take Splash's plate away. So I put Splash's plate on the floor, and then Splash went over to finish his plate, and Boo ate his plate. It is 8:29 a.m. and the cats have all had their breakfast, including Hydrox. And I just heard some meowing, and it was Hydrox meowing. Look at this, he just came up to the back door. Stella's there. So lately, Stella has been hissing and swatting at the door when Hydrox is around. And if Hydrox is like laying on the doormat, and if I go near it, then he kind of backs away. So that has been the situation recently. And that is the bowl where I fed Hydrox breakfast not even 20 minutes ago, and it's completely empty, which means he probably wants more food. So he had some homemade raw food this morning with water and herbs, but I am going to give him some canned food, and then he should be good. And there's Hydrox. He's just hanging out on the steps. He likes to be near the other cats. Like, he likes to hang out by the back door when the other cats are by the back door. He doesn't care about me at all. He just likes the other cats. Right, Hydrox? But we have to remember that he likes them through a glass door, and that if they were actually together, there would definitely be fights. Today, Hydrox is going to try the ZooRoyal Pate. I believe this is turkey, and I don't know why, but every time I see this, it reminds me of a hamster. Like, to me, this looks like a hamster. So, yeah, I'm gonna give him, I don't know, maybe half of this to try. Stella says, why does Hydrox get to try it? How come I don't get to try it? Stella, you just had your breakfast. I just gave Stella and Boo a little piece to try, and Boo just ate his. He's chomping on it. Stella is more delicate with hers. She's been licking it, and then she's gonna eat it. She's gonna eat it. It's quite gelatinous. It reminds me of like a Jell-O mold. And that's all they're getting. Hydrox is gonna get the rest of it. But these two, they love to try things. Like, these are the taste testers. So I just gave it to Hydrox like this. It's still like one big piece. It almost reminds me of like foie gras or some kind of like really high-end pate. The texture of it is definitely very, very smooth and gelatinous. You gonna eat your food? Are you gonna eat your food? Hydrox is going straight over to the food. He's smelling around. Is he gonna lick it? Is he gonna eat it? It's very, very soft. So I don't think he should have any issues eating it. Okay, he should come back. It is 11:20 a.m. and I wanted to show you a happy cat. I just got back from running a few errands, and I went to the post office. I mailed out a bunch of Lucky Feral stickers and buttons and thank you notes, and I came back and here's Hydrox. He is just a very happy boy laying in the sun right now. He ate a bunch of food this morning, but he did not finish his pate, but he can go back and eat that. I'm cleaning up the house today, and I found a bag of catnip, and I said, let me give it to the cats. And I have this tray that I bought at Daiso. It was like $2, and I want to grow wheatgrass in it. And look who's sitting in this tray. Boo. Because I put the catnip in the tray, and I figured, oh, the cats could lick the catnip out of the tray, or they could roll around in it. But Boo wants to sit on top of it. And he wants to make sure none of the other cats get it, and it's only his. Boo, you're a little bit big for that tray. You know that? Do you like the catnip, Boo? Boo, are you happy with the catnip? So, Boo just jumped out of this tray, and look who jumped in. It's Stella. These cats are so silly. Nope, now she's gonna... Stella, you're gonna lay in the tray? You don't really fit in there. It's 4:03 p.m. Stella is now laying in this little, narrow tray. It is 7:15 p.m. right now. Hydrox has been hanging out here on the back step with cats inside the door, and he's had a nice afternoon, so have the cats. However, I have been cleaning and organizing the house for the past 7 hours, and I still have a lot more to do. The reason why is because I am of the opinion that the amount of time that it takes you to clean and organize your house is directly impacted by the amount of cats that you have. So what would normally take me 2 hours, for example, if I had no cats, just kind of multiply that by each cat, and that's how long it will take you. So if you have 3 cats, it would take you 6 hours. If you have 4 cats, it would take me 8 hours, because every time I'm doing something, like every time I turn around, there's a cat that needs to be like in my way, moved, shooed away, getting into something that they shouldn't be getting into, like all that kind of stuff. So it's really pretty crazy. I need to keep that in mind whenever I need to do anything around the house, and I have to like quadruple the amount of time that I think it takes me to do, because there's just, unless I figure out a way to maybe just like keep the cats downstairs or in a room or something, because they just keep following me everywhere. Okay, Hydrox, want some food? I'm gonna give you dinner. It is 10:30 p.m. right now, and I'm sitting here answering some emails, and Splash is making really great progress. So tonight, for the first time, Splash has rubbed up against my hand. Like, see what Boo does? I put my hand here, and Boo just like rubs up all against it. And Splash never does that. Like, I'm always the one that has to kind of like reach out and pet Splash. And today, for the first time, he has come up to me and rubbed up against my hand. The first time he did it, it was like really awkward, and he ended up rubbing up against my hand with like his hind leg. But then he did it again, and he was better at it. So I'm hoping that Splash continues to make this kind of progress, because he never does that. The last time he did that, the last time Splash like actively rubbed up against me was before he was fixed. And that was like over 2 years ago. So, good boy, Splash. Come here. Show everyone how you did it. Come here. He won't come here because Boo's here. Come on, Splash. Come here. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.